So, you've mastered the basics of portrait photography and now maybe you want to add a bit more story to your imagery. I'm at this amazing warehouse studio to meet Michael, aka Kid Circus, who's an absolute expert at this. Let's go.
My name is Michael, also known as Kid Circus. I'm a fashion and portrait photographer based in London.
Amazing, thanks for coming today. This looks like a movie set.
We're doing a lifestyle shoot today, so we're going to introduce more storytelling, more narrative-driven elements to the images.
What kind of skills are we going to be covering?
We'll be directing the model and giving the model guidance in terms of the story that we're trying to tell that will help us get the shots that we want.
That sounds all good to me. Let's get on with it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Heather is my model today.
Hi, Heather.
In this scene, she's an aspiring writer who's finally got the chance to sit down and write.
What are we going to be shooting this scene on?
We're going to be shooting this on the Canon R5 with a 50mm lens.
Gotcha. And why the R5?
Because the image quality of the R5 is just incredible. It's 45 megapixels, so you're getting incredible RAW files as well as JPEG files for clients, and you've got all the customization that you need to do the job efficiently, but also do it in a way that suits your workflow.
Let's talk about this scene a bit more. So when you're setting up this scene, what are the key things that you consider?
So you start with a story, and that allows you to then build the scene, build the environment. You can then go on to things like props. What props are going to be suitable for that scene? And that also can then give you a little bit of guidance about how you wish to light it.
Do you want to talk me through that as well?
Yeah, I mean, we've got artificial lighting. It allows me to control the mood and set the scene. I can get you to recline more into the corner. That's great. Because we've got you barefoot. We're just trying to emphasize that relaxing element of being at home.
Obviously, we're trying to get the lifestyle imagery to come through from the result, right? So how do you communicate that with the model to make sure you get the right shot?
Well, briefing them on the story you're trying to tell. I often sort of pull some reference images so that they give them just a general idea of the sort of mood that we're trying to convey. That's really lovely. Now I think I might just have you sort of leafing through your research. That's great. And just maybe occasionally have a sip of the coffee because you need the caffeine.
What focus mode are you shooting on right now?
I've got this on continuous focus so that I can account for any movements that Heather is making if I'm asking her to change positions or go from one part of the scene to another. But I do have a shortcut button set here where I can switch between continuous focus and one-shot focus if I think I'm photographing her in a much more stationary position.
Fancy. I also see that you're tethered this time as well. So how does that change your workflow?
When you are on shoots involving other people, it's much easier for them to see on a screen what is being shot rather than trying to look at a very small screen.
Essentially, that allows you to carry on shooting, concentrating on that whilst I can look on here and zoom in and out, see if it's in shot and stuff. And
absolutely, okay. That whole being able to review things easily and accessibly.
Like it. Question for you as you're shooting away there. How do you combat underexposure when you have little light but you still want that level of depth still going?
So with this kind of shooting, I want to shoot at a higher aperture so that the model and background are in focus. Now that means I do need to go to a higher ISO, but this camera is so good at handling higher ISO. You are still getting clean shots out of this camera even when you do that.
Good, man. It's looking good. So in terms of camera settings that you've got, how important is it to get it right?
It's really important to have your settings correct so that you are delivering the best images you can for the person who's paying you to take the pictures.
Gotcha. So get the settings right from the get-go.
As you progress further and further through your career, you have to make sure that you know where and how the images are going to be used so that you have the right formats if it's going to be used on the web, on socials, in print, especially in print. You have to have those raw files and high quality files for print because they need all of the information, they need all of the colours in order to be able to create really good work in that particular format.
Well, Michael, I think you have done a great job here. You've literally achieved what you set out to do from the start. You've captured the mood really well here. And I think what we really want to know is if you have any advice for intermediate photographers, especially in the lifestyle photography game.
Well, for me, I think you're stepping up at a level when you're getting to the intermediate level in this particular space, and you can still make mistakes. It's how you fix those mistakes so you avoid making them again in future.
That's how you learn.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.